Hello everyone. I am Zara Polin, a cardiorespiratory physiotherapist and also an ICU physiotherapist. I am here today to share my experiences about providing physiotherapy services in COVID ICU at Srimati Kashibai Navle Hospital. I would like to start off by first wishing everybody a happy World Physiotherapy Day. The theme for WCPT for World PT Day 2020 was post COVID 19 rehabilitation. So, physiotherapy is considered as one of the key factors for recovery from COVID 19. So I was asked by a lot of people, how does physiotherapy help in COVID-19 patients? What would the role of physiotherapy be in a COVID ICU? So for that, I would like to first share what exactly COVID-19 does to the lungs. So COVID-19, which is coronavirus disease 2019, is a viral infection which can cause multiple organ dysfunction. So it can cause problems to multiple organs, but mainly it causes a range of respiratory problems, which can range from extremely mild problems such as a dry cough to even critical issues where a patient might need ventilatory support, where the patient might need a machine to be able to breathe. So 14% of COVID 19 cases are severe, which show infection in both the lungs. That is, in terms of pneumonia in both the lungs. And among all the COVID 19 cases, 5% of the cases are critical, where this infection damages the walls of the lungs. So the lungs are made up of air sacs, which are called alveoli. So this infection can damage the walls of these air sacs, leading to there being fluid filling up in these air sacs and thereby not allowing enough oxygen to pass through and to reach the body, which leads to reduced oxygenation. So these are classical x-rays which can be seen in a COVID patient. The one on the right is uh, a classical COVID-19 pneumonia, where the yellow arrows show white patches, which is the pneumonia patches, which are closer to the borders of the lung, whereas the other one is a more severe condition or a critical picture, which shows affection all over the lungs, which is called COVID 19 ARDS or acute respiratory distress syndrome. Something classical about COVID 19 ARDS. Uh, uh, ARDS is a condition that happens in multiple infections, or it can have multiple causes. But what is peculiar about COVID 19 is that this respiratory situation progresses rapidly and we see rapid worsening of the patients. In addition to respiratory issues, such as the patient might have breathlessness, a cough, inability to talk because of difficulty breathing. In addition to this, the patient might have other issues such as fatigue or extreme tiredness, muscular weakness, muscle aches, difficulty in performing the activities that they are used to or their daily activities, such as dressing, bathing, etc. And all these factors lead to a reduction in their quality of life. In addition to this, they might have affection of other organs such as their kidney, etc. They might have excessive blood clotting, which can even lead to stroke and then paralysis, etc. So, how a physiotherapist can help? So, physiotherapists who are experts in movement and exercise can help in multiple of these issues. They can help a patient suffering from COVID 19 improve their fitness, reduce their breathlessness, improve their muscle strength, reduce their stress, increase confidence, improve their energy, and overall help them in improving their affected quality of life. So now coming to my experience or what is done in an ICU setup, physiotherapy in COVID ICU. So in the previous video, Dr. Parag Ranade shared his experiences about him working in the physiotherapy in the COVID wards. He shared his experience about how the PPE, which is a three-layered protection where three layers are worn, is quite difficult to manage, and it is difficult to breathe through and uh, then treat patients with the entire outfit. But I'm going to share about what was done in the COVID ICU. So the wards include more of patients with mild affection to moderate affection, whereas the ICU has patients with severe COVID-19 or even critical patients who might need other external support to survive. So patients in the ICU are ideally either on oxygen, which can be through a face mask or through tubes in their nose. They might be on high frequency nasal oxygen. Uh, they might be on non-invasive ventilation, or they might be on ventilation, which is a machine which helps you breathe through a tube in their mouth. In addition to this, they are on multiple drugs which help maintain their uh, vital parameters to help them survive. So, what physiotherapy services do we provide? Uh, Physiotherapy in COVID ICU mainly includes the following aspects, where we position the patient in order to improve the ventilation to their lungs and improve the oxygenation throughout the body, the oxygen supplied to the body. In, in addition to this, we give breathing exercises, which are mainly expansion exercises which help increasing the capacity. As the name suggests, expansion exercises help increasing the capacity of the lung to expand and thereby helps in improving the oxygen supply. We also teach the patients who are breathless for dyspnea relieving techniques. These are techniques which include breathing strategies or positions which help reduce their breathlessness and thereby will help reduce their discomfort. We focus on early mobilization, that is, trying to move the patients as early as possible to prevent any other complications which might arise because of them being in bed for a long period of time. And once they respond well to moving in bed, moving their hands and legs in bed, we can progress slowly to them sitting at the edge of the bed and then slowly ambulation or walking a little bit around the bed, walking within the ward, etc. This is done with uh, a stringent monitoring because COVID-19 patients show a phenomenon called as happy hypoxemia, where their oxygen levels might critically be low, but still they might not show symptoms in proportion to their oxygen levels. So, moving the patients, getting the patients to sit, getting the patients to walk, is done with close monitoring of their vital parameters. In addition to this, we also give the patients relaxation techniques to help them cope better with the situation as well as the anxiety that the disease and the isolation brings. So, several relaxation techniques, such as progressive relaxation, are performed on the patients. So, among positioning, there is something specific called COVID awake repositioning or proning protocol, CARP, which includes a cycle of positions which help the lungs breathe better. So, these positions include lying on your left side, lying on your right side, lying on your stomach, and sitting up with either the bed supported or sitting up unsupported. So these positions, at least for 30 minutes, each position is maintained, and the positions need to be changed on a regular basis. In this, lying on your stomach, which is also called prone lying, helps in expansion of the posterior aspect of your lung, which is the aspect that is more affected with the COVID-19 infection. So these are pictures of how we get the patient positioned in lying on their stomach or prone lying. So pillows are placed which help them be more comfortable and help them breathe easily in the prone position. So this is an actual picture from the COVID ICU of patients lying on their stomach or lying prone. This proning or the prone position is proven to improve the oxygenation and help recovery in COVID-19 patients. This is a picture of group therapy in the COVID ICU. That is me in the PPE kit helping the patients. So the patients have been progressed to bedside sitting, and they are performing exercises uh, for their upper limbs in the sitting position. So once they are much more stable and we have progressed them to sitting and walking, then we help group the patients together and perform group therapy exercises. This helps keep them motivated, and they perform better with the support of other patients. In addition to treating the patients in the ICU as well as the wards, the COVID-19 patients who have an active infection, apart from these, the patients who have recovered from COVID-19, that is, their swab tests have tested negative, but some of these patients might still have long term consequences, especially the patients who had suffered from ARDS might have long term consequences. They might show permanent changes in their lungs, such as fibrosis. They might have prolonged breathlessness. They might require oxygen support for long periods of time. They might suffer from fatigue. They might have muscular weakness. They might have continued muscular aches. These might lead to a difficulty in performing their activities of daily living, such as bathing, dressing, etc. And all this might lead them to not living their life to the fullest. So, this might reduce their quality of life. So, in these patients also, we have physiotherapy helping these patients in terms of post COVID-19 rehabilitation. So this rehabilitation aims at getting the patients moving again, getting them up and about, getting them to sit, getting them to walk, increasing the amount of distances that they can walk as soon as possible, getting them back to their activities of daily living, getting them to perform them as well as they could before um, they suffered from COVID-19. We help the patients manage their symptoms, such as managing breathlessness, coping with fatigue, and thereby improving their overall quality of life by managing their symptoms. So, a physiotherapist can help a COVID-19 patients with their ability to exercise, to incorporate physical activity in their daily life, and thereby return to their initial status or initial uh, activities of daily living. Progressively, their ability to exercise is also progressively increased by cardiorespiratory conditioning exercises. So, as signing off, I would like to say that in spite of it being a scary situation, in spite of the risk that it poses while treating COVID patients, I think we as healthcare professionals should face this situation bravely, motivate each other, help motivate the patients who are extremely scared. And I would like to tell everybody all the best, and let's fight COVID-19 together.